Hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. I hope you guys are all doing well wherever you are on this journey. I have been trying to film this video because I keep getting certain, I guess you can say, downloads about something specific. And it's been quite a few days now, and I keep running into blockages in getting this film out. So apologies for a little bit of my raspy voice, but I am determined to get this one out today, so we're gonna just dive into it. So there has been a specific, amount of phrases that keep coming in pertaining to New York. New York and a snake. As well as that, I'm also getting a ship energy. And let's just say I've been getting this ship energy for quite a while. Now, we're kind of going to dive into it, but I've been connecting with a crystal ball and I've been pulling tarot on this for a few days now as well, just to look at this energy. And it feels like I keep seeing, when I look into the crystal ball, there's something to do with the sky, something with the sky, spirits just saying up, up, up. So I feel like there is an event that's going to happen in New York that is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, and I feel like there's a little bit of a divide as well with people when this happens. Now, so I wanted to pull the tarot today to see what are the energies of a potential extraterrestrial caught on camera for New York. Now, they're caught all over the world. I know this isn't like a new thing, but I feel like there's something unique about this specific sighting here. And I feel like this sighting is going to wake a lot of people up as well, or at least have them really start asking certain questions. Now, there seems to be a multitude of different energies when it comes to New York in general, and it's kind of interesting because I recently did a video. I wasn't really connecting the dots until, maybe this is not related, but I did a video recently on, I'm sure many of you guys have heard, P. Diddy and that whole situation with Sean Combs. Just some darker energies, and it's interesting. Spirit kept giving me, like, I kept getting the words black. I was getting black, but I got snake multiple times. So we can look at snake as that kind of sneaky energy, or we can look at the snake as well as symbolically, because it's renewal. But it feels like the energy of what I was getting when I was like putting my notes down here. I've got a gateway to new beginnings. That's what I have, a gateway to new beginnings. And with this energy, though, I had this ocean card in my oracles yesterday. I don't have it now. Yesterday I got the ocean card with the oracles, and when I looked at this card, the one thing that really like drew my intentions to it was the split. It's the divide. And when I'm looking into the crystal ball, there's like a couple different tiers as well. So it feels like there is this big event that could be happening in New York where it's gonna really bring a bit of a divide to people, but through this situation, it's actually going to bring a lot of people together. There's something about strength, because the strength card continued to come out as well. Now, there's a few other things that can come towards this, because when I'm seeing the tiers as well, I continue to get the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups will come out every single time I pulled the tarot, relating to what's going on in New York or what's coming up for New York. And with the Seven of Cups, we could look at it as kind of a bit of a confusion. We have those clouds within the Seven of Cups, and I keep seeing clouds in the crystal ball as well. So it's kind of interesting. I do think there's something that's happening in the skies of New York. Now, is this a certain ship coming down, or is this something happening with the skies? Because when I pull up an image from this crystal ball, I'm actually seeing dragons coming out of the sky. So is that something quite literal? Probably not. It's more or less the energy that dragons also are linked to weather. So this could be it could be, I do feel like energetically there is a ship that is coming down and it's going to be caught on camera. But is this a authentic sighting? I'm kind of getting a lot about manipulation and things being staged. There's some kind of illusion behind this event that could potentially arise in New York. So we'll pull the tarot today and see what the energies are about that. But it could also represent, with that dragons coming out of the sky, some kind of a weather manipulation that is going to be like almost, I feel like ominous. It's kind of dark. It's kind of, I was seeing a ball. Now, I don't know if it's my lamp in the background that's shining my crystal ball, but when I was looking into it, I seen this ball of like orange, okay? And it's kind of like illuminating the skies with this orange color. So could be symbolically, it could actually mean that, but it could also be my my image from my lamp in the back as well. So I just wanted to share everything that I'm getting because I do feel like it was important to share. Now, there is another, with this thing, I'm seeing like tears. So it's like there's kind of a two-part thing where it's kind of interesting because we're coming up to the elections, right? Or that date anyway. And I feel like Spirit did give me the word winter multiple times. So I don't know if this is something that's happening over the winter or that's what I got. I feel like this is something happening over the winter. And I'm wondering if there is some kind of like a psyop or some kind of false flag that happens to prevent people from voting. Or there's like a delay in that system, because I could be wrong on this, but from my knowledge, I think there's a lot of Trump supporters in New York. Is that right? I think it is. If I'm wrong, my apologies. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like there is something to do with deterring voters, or there's something that's trying to be manipulated so people can't vote, is what I was getting. So I wanted to pull the tarot on that as well. There was just lots of information, so I'm trying to get all my notes and get it out here. But I think that is a majority of it. I was gonna say I do strongly get, they did talk about healing as well. So healing, like this situation that happens, it's like I said, there's that divide where a lot of people are gonna be like, they're gonna get it. There's something about this energy where they wake up, or there's some people that are gonna completely ignore the fact that everything is happening around them. And they're going to be kind of more in this fear mode, or this more of a disconnected mode. So I feel like you're going to see a pretty big divide over the winter. But let's dive into the tarot, because I'm curious to see what's going to come out when we look at, is there going to be possibly a big extraterrestrial sighting in New York over this winter? And is there going to be some kind of planned false flag agenda happening to prevent maybe people from voting? So let's dig into the tarot and see what messages are coming out today. All right, my friends. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm really curious about this whole ship that they keep talking about. They keep talking about a ship, a ship, a ship. Okay, and I've been getting this over a bunch of different readings. So let's specifically ask, oh, actually, I did want to share, when I was looking last night into this, they were also talking about a sighting in Missouri. So there could be a pretty big sighting that happens in Missouri. I mean, that's not necessarily, I was trying to dig into New York, and for some reason they gave me the name Missouri. So I don't know, they're not exactly next door to each other. So I'm not sure how Missouri comes into play with New York, but just sharing the energies, my friend. Okay, what is the overall energy spirit of an extraterrestrial sighting in New York this winter? What is the energies of an extraterrestrial ship or sighting in New York over this winter? We have the Poet, Kairos. Poet, Kairos. Back of the deck is the Dead End energy. All right, let's pull some tarot before we talk on that. What is the energy spirit of an extraterrestrial ship in New York this upcoming fall or winter? What's the energy of that being captured by a lot of people? Magician, King of Swords, or sorry, Knight of Swords, Ten of Wands, the Emperor. There's like lots of people. Okay, there's lots of people involved with this situation, with this. I'm wondering, is this the false flag? Is there some kind of scare that is seen in the clouds, in the skies of New York, and then that creates some fear, some panic, and they have a dead end energy. So I'm wondering if this is the energy of maybe this is false and they amp it up as being something to be worried about, and it's preventing. It's like there's something it's preventing here. And my guess is it's preventing people from voting. So it's kind of almost like, yeah, this is really interesting. Lots of people are involved with this. And it feels like almost a false scare, a false energy. It's like their time is running out with this Kairos energy. And, you know, they've tried the assassination attempts on Trump multiple times now, and nothing's working. That they're at a dead end. So it's like there's some kind of a scare in the skies. And you know what? Look at this poet energy. Spirit was talking a lot about black and seeing this black cloud, black and orange cloud within the sky. So there could be a significant symbolism with the birds going very bizarre, like something like bizarre behavior of the birds in New York as well. And if we look at the poet energy too, this is that the witness, the truth teller as well. So it kind of feels like there is that divide as well, where people see this happening and it's gonna be very obvious to a lot of people that this is just a ploy, this is just fake, this is a psyop energy. And some people aren't gonna see it like that. And that's where there's this divide I see happening. But whatever it is, somebody is manipulating something in the skies, you guys. That is what keeps coming out. Someone is a snake and manipulating the skies. So whether that's a ship that comes down and they use that to spread fear with people, or spread that news of, I guess we could say fear, spreading fear, so that people aren't standing in their truth and their power. They're trying to do like anything they can with this energy. So it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to stage some kind of attack, because I was kind of getting, is there going to be an attack? I did hear the word. Now this is going back when I was looking at this, because I've been trying to do this video for some time, actually before the P. Diddy thing, which makes me almost think, was this related? Because P. Diddy was also arrested in New York, and New York keeps coming up, my friends, very, very clearly. So I don't think this is the last of New York that we're going to hear in terms of some chaos going on, but it feels like there is another false agenda that's happening here to put some fear into people here. And the fact that they keep giving me a ship, is this a fake ship that they're trying to use to scare people into staying home? Shutting things down? Yeah, oh my god. Okay, I'm like, was the Hermit gonna come out? It's like they're forcing people inside. It's like they're shutting the outside off because of the ship in the skies. There's the Magician again. But not everyone's going to fall for it. I'm sorry, but I don't see any, extraterrestrials coming down and shooting laser beams and trying to take over the earth. That's not happening. So if there's some kind of agenda where there's fear that these extraterrestrials are coming down to, I don't know what energy, you know what I'm getting at? It's kind of the energy of them putting fear into people, and it's a hidden agenda because they want people inside. They want to put them in hermit mode for a bit of time here. We even have the back of the deck, the Five of Swords energy. So lots of manipulation happening by a couple different people. It's almost like three main people here. It's kind of interesting. We have a queen, the emperor, and we have the Knight here as well. And we have the Three of Cups. So we have three main people working to manipulate something to, I feel like, go against, like, it's going to be something that happens, I feel like, in the skies. Again, I think I've said that a million times now. But this is all about causing conflict, intimidation, deception here. So they're causing some kind of chaos to get people to get, like, out of the way. But I don't think it's going to work. We have a dead end here. Now, it will work for some people that are not waking up and living in fear. It will scare them, is what I'm getting. But for a majority of people, they're standing up and they're coming to this realization that this is just all fake. Look at that. Look at that eye. They can see exactly what's going on. It's going to be so obvious. It's going to be so obvious to so many of the people. And it's kind of, interesting going back. I'm not saying this is linked to just specifically New York, but a while ago I did a tarot pull and I was looking into the crystal ball and there was an image of the Judgment card. And all of a sudden, it's like people waking up, like they're turning on a switch and they're like, oh my gosh, they start asking questions, they start coming around, and a majority of them, this is going to be, it feels like a pretty big event that is being manipulated. And they think they're going to try to get away with something, but I don't see it happening. October is going to be, I'm excited to do an October poll, you guys, because there is something about a gateway to this new beginning that's happening. I'm hearing the gateway to a new beginning. And the snake, guess what? I keep hearing snake, you guys, and do you know what? A snake also represents healing. Guess what other word I kept getting? Healing. So even though there's some chaos happening and something being manipulated, I feel like it's going to stem from this New York situation. It's going to have this ripple effect. And going into October is going to be very interesting. So, okay. Now that I got that out of the way. See, I was wondering though, I was initially seeing like a 2-tier thing where it's like there's something in the sky. But then is there something else? Are they trying to plan like an attack? How do I want to word this question? Are they trying to plan? I feel like this thing that's happening in the sky is linked to it. So if there is a situation with the situation happening in the skies of New York, how out of hand will it get? Let's look at that. Or, okay, let's look at how out of hand will the situation in New York get. Almost like the similar cards here. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that it's gonna backfire on them because we have the magician in the middle, which is also the energy of the obstacle. So I feel like there's gonna be they're gonna try to have like a possible attack within New York, whether this is some kind of like ship or something in the skies that are attacking, so-called attacking. Look at all these rods going down into the earth here. But it's like this energy of, because we have also the 10 of Cups over here. It's a dead end. This plan isn't going to work. They're going to try something here, but I don't see it going very far. I feel like there's enough people that will wake up with this energy. But let's pull a couple more cards and see what else is coming out. Yes. Oh, okay. So it feels like the devil's going down. We not only have that 10 of Cups energy, we also have the world energy, okay? So it's really whatever they're planning, that they're trying to strategically plan here. I don't feel like it's going to work. Right there, right above the devil planning this, we have a dead end. So I don't want you guys to make sure you're not diving into fear when it comes to any particular like fear-based events coming out over the winter here. Because it does feel like a little bit of a toxic energy here. That can also be linked to the takedown to all these, with the whole P. Diddy thing. It could be a pretty big takedown that is also linked to this energy as well. Lots of stuff going on in New York. Okay, so let's pull a couple cards because I'm curious, like, is this setup happening to prevent is this happening to prevent people from voting? If this city is very much for Trump and they can't vote, then, you know what I mean? It tips the scales. So what is the energy? Is the energy of this event have to do with preventing people from voting? Is my question. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. Yes. Look at that. Disconnect. So it is disconnecting them from going out and actually voting is what I'm getting here, which is what I feel like the whole scheme behind this is really about. Very interesting, you guys. Very interesting. It looks like a big yes to me. This is that disconnect. If they can put people in hermit mode and not allow them out or put regulations out there because there's something dangerous lurking in the skies, or some bigger event happens, then there could be that disconnect between people being able to, you know, yeah, out in the cold, getting out there to even vote here. This definitely feels like something to happen in the winter too. So something else too, is because like, if we look at this, I kept getting the word winter as well, but this upcoming elections are, what, November? And technically that's still fall. So it's almost like they're delayed as well. If elections are delayed, it's like they have a hand at that. And then in the winter, maybe they fall around the closer to the winter here. But this is definitely an interesting plan. I feel like they're trying to pull off, but I don't see them pulling it off. So any final messages? How will people, let's just confirm this, will more people come together if there is an event in New York? Will this potential event bring more people together? We have the Moon, the Seven of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Empress. Okay, so I feel like it's going to divide people. So for the first, it feels like a bit of a tough energy here. There is this new rebirth and new start. Now the Three of Swords as well. In reverse, this is healing. So I feel like for some people, it's going to be a big wake-up call. And for some people, it's like they're not going to even want to, they're not going to acknowledge what's happening on a bigger scale. So you very much may find friends or families or just people in general, if you witness, just step back and witness the situation. There could be more of a divide with this energy. Yeah, interesting. But more or less, there are people collaborating and working together. And for the ones that kind of want to start fresh and start asking questions, there's going to be a lot of growth and a lot of progress that comes out of whatever is going on in the skies in New York. But what I'm getting, you guys, is like the times of keeping people in the dark is soon coming to an end. There's going to be, let me turn my camera over. There's going to be a lot of course, ongoing exposures happening over the rest of this year and into next year. So next year, we're going to see a lot of answers actually coming out, and just this knowledge of what's been truly going on. So there's going to be a flood of knowledge that goes along with certain exposures, and there are going to be things that are going to be really difficult to see, difficult to hear, difficult to process, but in that there is healing in that and a new foundation. We have the Empress. Okay, so this is growth for some new foundations to come in and take place. So I'm sending you guys lots of love and light on your journey. If you have any questions or any comments, or if there's something that you guys want me to look into, I'm always open to kind of digging into different things. But lots of love to you guys, and until next time, bye for now.